common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing. Had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm the Todd Father.
We're back here. What is today? Tuesday? Man, I can't even keep track with the days anymore. It's another nice day here in St. Louis, Missouri. Another green day in the crypto markets. We're here to hang out with you guys as usual. Talk about some recent news. Is XRP centralized, decentralized? We'll debate that. CBOE is doubling down on its ETF. We have some big banks trying to get on board and become custodians of cryptocurrencies. And of course, we have to have Todd, the Todd Father Butterfield, put his years of wisdom to the test and look at some charts using Wyckoff method and Elliott Wave to do some technical analysis on your favorite cryptocurrencies.
And Bitcoin's trading nicely here for us.
That is right. The last live show we did together was last Thursday. At the end, we did say, buy Bitcoin, stack the bag. Since then, it has been up, and away. So not a bad call there, just joking around at the end of the show. We're going to discuss a few projects, of course, and let's just have some fun, guys. We will be doing a ZEN giveaway for tonight's show. So simply leave a comment in the comment section below with your ZEN Cash, now your Horizon wallet address, ZEN, and you are entered to win. Also, we do owe you guys a ZEN from the last live show we did together last Thursday. I believe the title was Dash Has No Cash or something like that. Get over there, enter that. We'll be giving that away shortly, so stay tuned. And if you're new to the channel, guys, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's dive right into this. Shout out to Caroli, Crypto Hunter, John, Dennis, Jet. Everybody is in here today. Good to have you as usual. A couple new names as well, so hopefully ourselves and the community can help you out. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be lurking in the background, guys. This is a community thing. We're trying to have some fun while gaining some knowledge. Here we go.
Amen.
So here we go on CoinMarketCap. We do have a $233 billion market capitalization. Off the lows, this is up about 22%. We were around $188 billion, I believe, or so not too long ago, so not too shabby. Bitcoin dominance down to 52.5%, leaving the Bitcoin price right around 7,100, up 4% for the day. Everything else looking pretty green. EOS bouncing hard. I'm sure Todd will show you the charts. But we were saying, if you haven't added, we had an initial ad around on EOS just under $7. Again, around $4.30, I believe. It is bouncing hard off that mark, reaching the $6 mark. And then IOTA. Now, you guys know I'm not a fan of IOTA, but it is up 21% today, up to 78 cents. Still far from the highs on that, boy. The biggest winners are Holo, IOTA, Bytecoin, Substratum, and KuCoin shares. Shout out to all the holders of those coins. KuCoin is trying to compete with Binance, trying to add more value proposition to its token. They also said that all of the KCS that were supposed to be unlocked this September, they are locking those up in escrow and for an entire another year. That means all the owners of the platform itself, the exchange, everybody who got that started and earned those KCS tokens cannot sell them on the open market for at least another year. I think that's why you're seeing this nice 14% gain for the day over there at KCS. KCS does like to give back some of its gains, so if you want to try and swing trade a small portion of that position, you didn't hear it from me. Let's throw it over the charts. Let's see what Todd thinks over there, and let's keep this thing rolling.
Okay, we're going to go back where we've left off before. We've got 15-minute Bitcoin, Tether. I'm going to start out with the Elliott Wave count, just to make it easier here. We had called this before, a one-up that was perfect. ABC down, ABC up, 5 waves down, irregular flat for a 1-2. We labeled that. I got to make sure people understand this. We labeled that 1-2 based off the Pulse of the Market crypto charting software that is working correctly versus what a lot of people are saying. So I called this live on the air, and I also tweeted about it because if you understand, this is volume. So there was huge sell volume coming in to Bitcoin down at the lows. But the real telltale sign was over here when we had to sell off after the BitMEX run up and the no ETF. You see big volume come into new lows. We held that low, and the way to count that was a 1-2, which is how I counted it. So the real key is now, if you, this is the Bitcoin daily that I tweeted today. So you can see OP Force Technometer working. You can see down here on these days when we were calling that 1-2 and the OP going to new lows, we did have a technometer reading down here at 38, which is oversold. So you had an oversold technometer, you had volume coming down, price holding. So that was just an area there where you want to take, that's a trade you want to take because those are going to work for you probably 70, 80% of the time. And the only way you can trade that really is just probably stay long and raise the stop. So I did say to use a stop down here. I didn't want to see 63.50 get taken out. I did put some stops in there and really just try to let this thing run. The bearish count is that this is not a 1-2, it's an A, B, and we're doing a C up here. So anybody still bearish, that's going to have to be the count you're going for. I don't see that at the moment. I tweeted earlier today. This was intraday off the low here the last couple days. You can see no real divergences on price and volume. And again, that volume coming from up to 96 exchanges. So we're getting a true read on volume now. And this was a few hours ago. I tweeted that things still look good. It still looked higher. Then we went to another new high since then. So you can see no reason to be alarmed on the Bitcoin rally. And if you're not getting alarmed, then probably it's a 1-2-1-2 by Elliott Wave. If you don't want to throw Elliott Wave in there, then by Wyckoff, things still look higher. We're making higher highs, higher lows. And, you know, I know you could throw in 72.70 is a gap that we could fill. I don't really believe in filling gaps. A lot of TA guys will looking for that. I know Peter Brandt was calling that. And then he flip-flopped when we did the 2. But now we're right back, probably going to fill that 72.70. So I think that's probably a decent area to look for on the upside.
Yeah, as Taj is saying, he sees strong resistance around 74 to 7,500.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, we got things we got to take out here, but I keep saying this, and I think we went over Thursday heavy. I mean, there was a lot of shit thrown at Bitcoin down there at 5,900. You know, the alt's totally bleeding out. And then you had the OP hitting new lows, price holding. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks like the 5,900 and the 6,300 was solid support. If we go back down to those levels, then yeah, I think we're going to shake out everybody. We're going to break out. You know, we're going to go to new lows for this whole move, scare everybody. But right now, I think you've got to fight the tape, I think, and fight the sentiment. Because I think everybody, you know, we tweeted down there, 75% of people was looking for new lows. I felt people selling out, giving up, people that were talking about being long-term holders. So, and then I talked about, you know, interviews, everyone's bearish. Well, they're cheap, but they could go 30% lower. So I don't know. I think now, you know, probably if you're worried or overextended, then yeah, I mean, we shouldn't be back probably down here at 65, 65.50 now. I don't want to count too early. I mean, I'd almost say 6,700 is strong support now, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I really want to see some type of divergences in price and volume and then start figuring out maybe what's going wrong with this thing. But I think right now you just can't, there's nothing to talk about going wrong here.
Do you have the shorts chart available to see how many shorts are currently on Bitcoin on BitMEX, I'm assuming somebody's asking. I know you pulled that up in the
Yeah,
last
I've
show.
got
I
it
don't know
down
if you
here
have that
on it.
available or not.
Yep. I run from two. This isn't my main desk. If anybody is new here, so some things I got a little bit out of place here. I'm not on my 8 monitors. So here's Bitcoin short. I mean, we have drained a lot of them out, but that's a 15-minute. Let's go to a 2-hour. I mean, there's still quite a bit of short still in the system. So somewhere here we might, stutter step for a little bit, but it looks like to me we still got a few shorts could be taken out. Then I think, didn't we laugh Thursday? Because I'm reading, the people were saying the shorts were the whales, so you wanted to join them. So, that was there at 6,600. I mean, I don't know where they made that story up at. So, but I don't think you want to join them down there at 6,600. And then also, there was a lot of, Wyckoff is definitely getting more print out here. I don't think no one talked about Wyckoff, a year ago. That goes back to this here definitely looked like some type, obviously, accumulation distribution. That looked like an up thrust, but we all know that was because of BitMEX mostly. And again, volume just didn't support that. That's why volume is so important. That's why Elliott Wave, I think, is tough. And Wyckoff, if you're just looking at patterns, too many people haven't taken the full Wyckoff course. They don't understand. Wyckoff brought volume into the picture. And you can't bring up a Bittrex chart and talk about volume. I mean, it just can't happen. I told you I couldn't talk about Wyckoff for the last year. People laughed at me, etc. But now with I'm getting, I don't know what the number is, 90% of all volume probably, or more, I don't know. I mean, at least now we got a good picture where I can bring up a chart showing what volume's doing versus price. And it definitely worked here. I mean, it's not going to work all the time, but when the OP leads the price, and that's in less than 19 of the course, when OP goes to new low and price doesn't, that's a more reliable divergence versus price going to new low and not volume, because volume could always catch up. But when sell volume is coming in, price isn't going down with it. Somebody is holding the price up. They did that at 6,300. That's all that can be said. So again, I think looking back now at 6,300 gives away, that's probably an issue because somebody supported it there before. I don't think we should see that again. So, and by Elliott Wave, again, I mean, there's some areas here that shouldn't give away if we're going to continue higher. So let's go through a few more coins here. Bitcoin Cash.
And guys, a lot of what Todd was talking about there, some of you may already know what he's talking about because you guys have taken the course. If you head over to learncrypto.io or look in the description below, we do have a cryptocurrency trading course teaching you Wyckoff method. Todd is actually the president of Wyckoff SMI. I've been doing it for a long time. This isn't Nick or Todd created some trading course. No, this is from the original teachings of Richard D. Wyckoff that everybody is talking about now because Todd owns all of that information. And then along with that, we do have a beginner course over there. We have a crypto private client group, and the software Todd is showing is trying to utilize 3 proprietary indicators that Todd owns via Wyckoff that we are trying to make it live and usable for you guys. As of now, it is only usable by Todd for PCG clients. Just to give you some background information, as I do know we do have some more people in here. We'll let Todd take a quick look at a few more charts, and then we'll jump into some news, do the ZEN giveaway, and answer any of your guys' questions.
Because understand, on a 5-minute basis, it's really, the OP is on balance volume. But if you go to TradingView, you can bring up a 5-minute on balance volume chart. It's not going to be, I think there's some way you can get maybe 6 or 7 or 8 exchanges over there. But you're still going to have to drag the chart to go back like a month. So this chart goes back a month, and every 5-minute move is on here, and the volume is kept track of. So that's one thing you really need, because you can't go to a 1 hour on bounce volume. That screws everything up. So you're not really going to have this chart unless you can bring in all the exchanges, keep track of 5-minute data, and chart it. And that's what we've been doing here. And then you go in to the daily chart, and the OP Force and Technometer, these 3 are proprietary to Wyckoff. going back to 1931. So those are indicators that nobody has. And that's what's helped me trading. So people will be like, the guy doesn't trade very well, whatever. I have proven over time in real money competitions that Wyckoff works. I think it's the best thing out there. And, we're going to try to use this software just to put the odds in our favor. So it did work on this last low. I'm going to do what I can to give as much information here and also to students, more importantly, and then just try to keep trading this thing.
Sweet.
But here's Dash, did that 1-2, and then you're looking for a way 3. We definitely got that there. Ethereum's been a little bit, definitely Ethereum does not act well here. That 1-2 is, definitely quiet. And I got too many windows open, maybe. I mean, there's the same action on Ethereum, so that's not good. That thing should be up at 330 or so. Litecoin's been acting much better. It did run to a new high here, so I'm still leaning that these things are going to continue to subdivide higher. You got NIA who came to live, 2150. So, we're stopping a little bit here, previous resistance, natural point to stop, and then see what happens after that. And then we'll come back, we'll go through some more of these smaller altcoins, and then we'll bring in the software.
And Blizzard over here, new to the channel, wants you to take a look at ELF on the next time around, ELF. So if you can look for that chart while you're over there. So let's get started with this. What is going on? A lot of bullish news here in the crypto ecosystem continues to develop. And for those of you who've been around for a while, we've been saying this for a while. Open your eyes, look at the bigger picture, the macro perspective, and what is going on with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and the massive institutional infrastructure that is being built not only here in the United States, but also all around the globe. Cryptos are here to stay. Now, the fact is you got to find which cryptos will be around because not all of these are going to stick around. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of fraud out there, but you need to get positioned in these large cap coins and ones who have strong fundamentals. Here is a new crypto index fund will exclude centralized XRP. Now this is interesting. Nothing against XRP, more about that there is another crypto large cap index fund going to come to market for institutional investors. A large proposed digital currency index fund is hoping to attract institutional investors keen to get exposure to the rapidly evolving digital asset space. However, the firm behind the index, Morgan Creek, plans to exclude virtual currencies that they deem to be centralized. The new fund will allow institutions exposure to the largest 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. However, those behind the idea are keen to avoid potential regulatory issues that could arise from the pre-mined digital assets such as XRP, according to Business Insider. The founders of the Ripple network hold around 55% of all XRP tokens, and due to the strict guidelines that they have here where the founders must hold 30% or less in order not to be considered centralized, XRP will fall out of this index. XRP and Ripple did combat that, putting out an entire article recently about how XRP is actually decentralized. Now, there's a couple reasons here that they want to push this narrative. You can generate whatever opinion you would like, but they want to push this narrative because they want to differentiate Ripple from XRP. They don't want to be liable for all these lawsuits they have over XRP, and they don't want government regulation to come down hard on them as they own a large portion of this XRP tokens. And if regulation came down instead of security, they might have a little bit of a nightmare on their hands. Now, Ripple did come out here. They have a good article here. You guys can generate your own opinion. But where I disagree is Ripple here is saying that decentralization is not, they're comparing Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are proof of work, saying that they're centralized because 4 mining groups hold 58% of the hash power and 57% of the hash power for Ethereum with 3 mining groups. But since Ripple runs only on 7% of validators on XRP Ledger, that XRP is actually decentralized. Now, that's not really apples to apples. This is more like apples to oranges. So that comparison does not make any sense to me. Also, we all know that China owns a large percentage of the Bitcoin mining hash power, but decentralization also goes to how the tokens were distributed originally, which is a bunch of random miners, gamers, people buying them, whatever. Also, how many owners there are now. Now, there are some massive Bitcoin and Ethereum wallets out there, but I think we can all agree that Ripple XRP is not more decentralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum. No matter how you feel about XRP, the token, and its personal fundamentals, I think they are stretching here on this argument. And I think that shows with this new crypto index coming in here and saying, actually, we're going to do a crypto index, but Ripple XRP cannot be involved because we deem it as a centralized asset and might have some regulatory constraints moving forward. On top of that, obviously nobody's been really talking about the ETF this week because we had all the news last week that everything was denied and postponed. But CBOE is doubling down that their VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF will be accepted moving forward. As the Bitcoin ETF conversation continues with twists and turns along the way, one particular submission continues to stand out. For reasons we have laid out before, our sources at the CBOE remain resolute in their belief that the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin ETF will be approved in early 2019. Wait, did I read that right? So whether they are going to be approved or not, I think is something like September 30th. Remember, I said that I believe that they would get pushed back to February 27th, which happens to be in early 2019. Now, CBOE might have slipped up here, saying that they are expecting their proposal to be delayed as well and probably will get pushed back to that last delay date, which would be in late February. So let's keep an eye on that. But down here, we do have an interesting quote. This comes from an inside source at the CBOE saying, expected, and the markets are acting irrationally to the announcement. This is in reaction to how the markets did have a slight sell-off when all the ETFs were either delayed or denied because, like myself, people who've done the research believe that the other ETFs were inadequate for what the SEC wanted out of a Bitcoin ETF. Every single submission like this has gotten a delay, again expected. Still expected approval, 99% expectation, print it, but as always, don't use my name. CBOE also goes on to talk about how they're bullish on the future of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in this article. So I think that is pretty nice coming out of CBOE, and it really falls in line with what we've been saying here for months, or at least a month now, and where we thought the venture and the journey for ETFs would go in this crypto ecosystem. What's going on in the chat box? Is it about time for us to do our ZEN Cash giveaway?
Hold on.
Any questions over here?
I think when you talk about OTC volume, because I saw some people talking about that, on the OTC volume supposedly being reported on Bitcoin. So I don't know if anybody more wants to chime in here. Nick, if you got anything, but I guess my thoughts is I think a lot of the OTC volume is institutions moving around in some size. So I don't know whether, I don't think not having that is a big problem. The emotional volume we get, or I'm getting with the software now. So it's no different really than dark pools on the stock side. So, if there's any way I can figure out any volume from OTC trades, it'd be cool. But that's something I got to look into now as I move forward. But I think a lot of the OTC volume is just, and a lot of it they're saying maybe isn't as high as what they're, what's being reported, et cetera. So.
Johnny M. Cool says $100 EOS party in San Diego. You all invited. Are you paying for my ticket, Johnny? And then Mainframe says, who cares if XRP is decentralized? We're in the game to make money. XRP will be the top coin eventually. Hey, I wasn't talking about XRP in general. I was just saying that they were reaching there on their decentralized versus centralized approach, and I'm just pointing out the fact that some indexes, like this index, has already pointed out that they would leave out the XRP token due to the fact that they deem it as centralized, and that does affect some of your gains because that limits the amount of money that will be flowing into that token moving forward, as the index will not include XRP.
I see you, Rice Sweeney.
And then
nice to talk to you because it's been a while.
Last thing I'll answer is Bard says, Nick, is it possible that Ethereum is the Napster of crypto? Better tech could make it hard for Ethereum to hold its market share. Well, the past couple months, I've been saying this. I am bullish on protocol tokens and privacy tokens. I said that since there are more and more solid, fundamentally sound protocol tokens coming into the ecosystem that are all approaching this opportunity in a different way, that Ethereum will lose some of its market share to some of these individuals. Now, I didn't say that I see Ethereum falling out of the second spot anytime soon, but I do believe if they do not step up on their scaling situation, as well as whether they're going to do proof of stake or proof of work or what they're doing, as long as they keep staying up in the air and these other protocol platforms continue to develop, I think some of that market share is going to go away. And we've seen that during this bear run bear market where Ethereum has been hit harder than a lot of the other top cryptocurrencies in this market, and some protocol tokens are even starting to see much better gains than Ethereum as well. So we'll keep up to date with that. We'll see what's going on. You know, you did have the downward pressure from ICO selling their Ethereum to add to that downward trajectory that we saw there. I do still hold some Ethereum. I told you, I made it public on Twitter that I bought some more at $280, and I'm still liking that hold as of now. But I do have more money in alternative protocol platforms. Ethereum Classic, Neo, I have a little bit of EOS. I think there's more and more out there that you guys need to take a look at and need to start taking serious, because I think they are going to start proving themselves, and they're working faster than Ethereum is currently. I know Vitalik is a genius. I know he's on his game. But lately, he's kind of been a little political. They really haven't solved the scaling issues over there, and we'll kind of see what continues to happen with Ethereum. Now, on bullish news for Ethereum, Elon Musk did tweet out about Ethereum, kind of joking about the Ethereum scammers, saying that he doesn't care if it's a scam or not. He wants to be buying Ethereum, so that can lighten the mood up there a little bit.
I want to explain. I think John West said, how can price stay up without volume or something? Because I want to try to explain what this shows is when these few days there was sell volume coming in. So what that means is somebody, let's just say, had 10,000 Bitcoin to sell. When they did that, it didn't knock the price down, but let's just say a few cents. It knocked it down, but there was bids there. The bids was somebody that knew it was worth buying. So as more sell volume came in here, this is all selling volume. It kept price still higher because somebody in this area was saying, okay, if you got Bitcoin to sell, I'll take it. So, and it wasn't at dramatically lower prices. So a lot of people had it to sell, and they said they'd take it off their hands. So basically what it is you're talking about people are like, oh, I'm following the book. I watch the bid and offers. There's no way of keeping track of that stuff and keeping it in your mind every second. I mean, you've got to have something like this on a 5-minute basis that's trying to do that for you. So it was showing that volume was coming in, but it wasn't hitting the bids hard. It was being purchased by somebody. And that's how you get that divergence. A reliable divergence.
Let's do this Zen giveaway real quick, and then we'll throw it over to Todd for a couple smaller charts. So here is our beautiful YouTube homepage. Make sure to check it out. I know a lot of you guys just watch us live, but we do have everything sorted out for you. I just added the past couple days a video with the founder of Tour to Crypto. This is going to be a cryptocurrency charity event. We've already gotten Electra ECA, shout out to you, Redcoin RDD, and Digibyte DGB on board. They will be putting out they're going to be sponsoring the event and trying to raise awareness via the community and donations. This is going to be interacting with an actual non-for-profit organization, Hawk, and we have convinced them to accept cryptocurrencies for donations, taught them how to generate wallets on their desktops to store these cryptocurrencies, and all of that will be 100% transparent, trying to show a viable use case of blockchain technology due to the immutable and transparent nature of blockchain technology. So that is definitely very interesting. If you want to learn more about that, give it a watch. And if you are a founder or know any founders, or you want your favorite cryptocurrency to be involved, to be a sponsor, and to get some recognition with this event, and it's going to be a documentary, guys. They're making a documentary. Watch the video and see how. And then lastly, yesterday I was sick, so we did not do a live show, but I couldn't cancel on Horizon. We had a discussion over there with Angie, their representative from Mexico and Latin America. We discussed why they did the rebranding, how the process occurred, and how it affects you guys, how it affects investors, users, speculators moving forward. Has anything changed on the roadmap? We briefly discussed their sidechain scaling that they're working on, as well as their governance system that they're trying to put together hand in hand with Charles Hoskinson and IOHK. So definitely worth a watch. Take a watch at that. See what is going on with Zen, because that is what we are giving away here tonight.
Come on, Flea, give it away.
The giveaway is from this episode.
Give it away now.
Not many comments on this one. You guys are going to have a nice chance to win here.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the YouTube world.
All right, we'll throw it in our random comment generator. Oh, that's not right. Oh, God, I messed up, guys. Hang on. Messing it up.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama can't win again.
Where's he been, I wonder?
I haven't seen him lately.
Give it away. Give it away.
Bear with me. Here we go. Only 43 comments. This is the lowest in forever. Usually we're around 80, 100, 150. So you guys, you lucky loyal supporters, the one who took the extra effort to leave a comment in the comment section, here we go. And the winner is going to be, of 1 Zen, Felix. I see Zen in the horizon. Shout out to you, Felix. Making a little joke about their new rebranding. Love it. And apparently the random comment picker loved it as well. We will be sending you that Zen shortly after this live stream. And that's it, guys. If you want to participate in the Zen giveaway, don't forget to make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your Zen wallet address in the comments section below. Feel free to leave a question, something witty like that, or just say, hey, I hate Todd. I don't care. As long as your Zen address is there, we are giving it away to you. Let's throw it back to you, Todd. Take a look at some of these charts that people were requesting, and we'll see what's going on.
Okay, let me caught me in the middle of some stuff. There's the 1 week Bitcoin chart. And you can see volume. Again, this is the low that we were all talking about on the other chart. So it did start out pretty slow, but we have had volume come in today. So nothing dramatic. We need to keep it moving. But, you know, on the daily chart, OP needs to catch up here. But intraday here, nothing really looks too bad. And then if you go back, I'm going to go back to the daily. The technometer normally is 38 oversold, 50 overbought. You don't want to just trade that. It's not, you know, every 38 you buy, every 50 you sell. You want to know where we're at in the trend, how strong the trend is, etc. But you can see here, the 38 was down here. This was a 38.24 or so. And then right now we're 43.53 as of 10 minutes ago. So 44 is neutral. So you would think we have more upside. So all you can really do here, as I said, trail a stop, etc. See if we can extend these gains. So there's ADA. Didn't like this action here, down to new lows, but trying to come back live again. And then we got, let's go through a few more here we normally follow. BAT USD. We showed that one too. It's going to new highs.
Somebody was just talking about that as well, saying that Brave browser now is at one of the top of Google Play Store downloads, something like 10 million downloads. So shout out to everybody using the Brave browser. If you don't know what it is essentially is a private browser, like equivalent to Google Chrome, but private with no advertisements. And then you own your own data. They integrated the BAT token into it, where then you can decide if you want to give that to websites that you use all the time or YouTubers like us that you watch all the time. You own your data. You own that value there via the BAT cryptocurrency. And I think I said I'm looking to add some BAT to my portfolio about 2 days ago over on Twitter. Obviously, everything is up, but BAT is on that ride as well.
There's EOS coming alive. That was a quick move from down there at the 440 level. And we were saying you could have a little bit of that. So here we are knocking on $6. Trying to come back alive. LISC USD. I mean, I talked about this the other day that, you know, this was extremely good action here. You want to stay long or buy the strong ones. So had a nice move. It has been quiet here in the last day and a half or two. But that one looks pretty good, I would say. And then you've got...
somebody wants you to look at ELF still and then Ontology ONT.
ONT, let's get that one out of the way. ONT BTC. That's versus BTC, so that's going to be a little tougher row to hoe, but that chart's not too bad. Let's get ELF out of the way. Here's ELF, Binance versus Bitcoin. Can't say much there, been in a downtrend. Need to get above this level here to stop the... you know, we got a higher low here. Be nice to get a higher high in, but that one's got some work to do. And then we've got here's VEN USD. That's got a 1-2 and working on maybe a wave 3. XLM USD, one that we've been talking about. Kind of stutter stepped a little bit here, but now coming alive again, taking out a longer term downtrend line. So I like that one here. ZEN kind of quiet at 1986. I would have expected more out of that. So not sure what's going on there. Don't like that being quiet here. ZRX 8081. Going to stop here at resistance. Hopefully it can put itself together and go to new highs here.
And Trucker Pound Game wants you to take a look at ETC.
And ETC has been one, didn't really have the divergences at the low that I showed people. So we did have the what I think was a wave 1 off the bottom and a 1-2, but once again, extremely quiet here for the last 4 or 5 days. That one, I don't know if some of these will catch on fire like Neo, Dash, and some of them. It will, I think, if Bitcoin continues to put itself together and keeps working higher.
And then Nicholas is over here saying, what are your thoughts on XVG? Question mark, hashtag sheetcoin, question mark.
Sheetcoin.
I'm not a big fan of the XVG as a privacy currency. I think there are better options. I like Monero as a better option. Even Dash has the on-off capability. Zcash has the on-off capability. Those are my favorite. I like Zen a lot. And I think there's other options out there that I'd rather be looking at if I'm looking into the privacy sector. That's my opinion. I think the dev team over there is not very professional. I think they have shown over and over again that if anything, it is a great trading coin. They like to overhype their announcements rather than letting them kind of formulate and let the market make the decision organically, which leads to massive pumps, but then also subsequently massive dumps. So if you were looking at Verge as a swing trader, great. As a trader, great. Trying to buy the hype, sell the news, great. But its privacy technology is nothing special. The team there, I don't think, is personally anything special. And that's, again, just my opinion. So if you like XVG, that's great. You have your opinion as well. But that's how I feel.
They're rebranding it, though, right? XXX. ICX looks good. ICX, I think, had a nice 1-2 and working on a 3 or working on another 1-2. I'm not sure, but that one was a cellar dweller and maybe wiped out everybody.
Now, this is one that I've continued to say I like for the long term. ICX, WAN, and Aeon all working together. ICX is really starting to push once again in the South Korea area as their regulation is starting to become more transparent and more accepted for cryptocurrencies. I know they're starting to advertise to the public over there, and I think they're really creating a platform that's going to be very usable here in this industry.
I know IOTA's been on the news for percent gains, a quick 40 to 80, so that one got crushed. That's a double off the bottom. So
JPG Whistler says, how did you get 46 comments? There were 73. Well, what it does is it removes any duplicate names. That way people don't have multiple entries. So that means several people were in there talking back and forth, or maybe we were on the Wyckoff one replying to a couple people's text and stuff.
Yep.
Mainframe 386 says Verge and Digibyte, both McAfee pumps. I would have to disagree with that one. Verge and Digibyte did get a McAfee pump during the infancy of their lifespan when his word did mean a lot more. Verge has proven to me that they are not developing anything really lately, while Digibyte is, on the contrary, doing very much different. They are having a ton of partnerships, working with DigiID, Android, iOS wallets, multiple integrations. I think Digibyte is a much better investment opportunity than XVG, even at these prices.
I don't think Nick was out partying last night. I think he was still home, sicker than a dog.
I posted an interview at 10:30 and did that interview at 7:30 p.m. So, and I had to be at work today at 7. So no.
No partying for Nick. What uprising though?
I got a couple more news articles to cover, and then you guys keep talking over there. Maybe Todd will write down a couple of charts that you guys want to take a look at. But let's get through some of this news. Good, bad, and indifferent. Let's talk about it. Does Bank of America's crypto custody show irrelevance of Bitcoin ETFs? Now, I'm not going to go that far, but I do believe that Bank of America trying to file a patent for crypto custody, checkmark, added to the list, another major bullish news for a U.S.-based central bank. This week, $312 billion Bank of America BoA filed a patent to offer crypto custody, targeting large-scale institutional investors and retail investors, guys. The patent of BoA filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office described a vault system with which institutions can safely store digital assets like Bitcoin. With such a system in place, BoA will be able to provide a platform for its clients and large institutions in the finance sector to allocate large sums of money into the crypto sector without concerns regarding security and regulation. Another major player in the well-known traditional ecosystem in the United States of America and globally starting to get on board with cryptocurrencies. Now, I'm not the chart wizard like Todd where I can say if we go below 63 we're bullish, bearish, whatever it may be, but I can tell you, you guys need to look at the fundamentals. They are stronger now than ever in this crypto ecosystem. I've been here for years. The fundamentals and the use cases are way bigger now than they ever have been. The institutional infrastructure is being created on the investment side, now on the banking side, and on the merchant side. I'm trying to dollar cost average, DCA. Look it up on Investopedia.com. Every single paycheck into cryptocurrencies. I'm trying to hold large cap cryptocurrencies with the main goal of fattening my Bitcoin bag. Bitcoin is here to stay. This is just the beginning. You are early, guys. You are early. Now, I wouldn't be selling my altcoin at these all-time lows chasing Bitcoin now. But if you have fresh fiat, you need to start allocating Bitcoin. If you make successful trades, you need to start adding to your Bitcoin because that is where the money is going to go first. It's going to be the same exact historical cycle, guys. Bitcoin is going to run and outperform a lot of the altcoins. Then individuals like ourselves who are deeper into cryptos are then going to be able to take some of the Bitcoin profits, move it to all these other exchanges and Binance and Bittrex to get these lesser known altcoins. Then we're going to have an alt season. Then the cycle starts over once again. That is what is going to happen. These institutions aren't going to be able to dig into the rabbit hole. They're going to be able to invest in Bitcoin, Bitcoin ETFs, Bitcoin custody, and then, of course, large cap indexes. That's the way the money's going to flow, and that's what's going to determine the next market cycle. And then lastly, somebody was asking me about QASH, QASH. Well, it's almost time. Liquid by Coin is a new cutting-edge cryptocurrency platform that offers top security and liquidity. Easily buy and sell digital assets under Bitcoin, using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and their native currency, QASH, as well as multiple fiat currencies. Now, why did they want me to take a look at this? Because QASH is going to be rebranding to Liquid. Liquid, the platform, will be powered by Coin's World Book, which provides traders enhanced price matching and deeper liquidity for various fiat and cryptocurrency pairs. We see this with other exchanges. We see Omis Go trying to do the same thing, but apparently Coin is ahead of the curve, already launching their World Book and looking to rebrand their utility token, if that's what you want to call it, to Liquid. Now, my only holdback with this is right now I don't think there is enough utility of the QASH token. Right now you can trade using QASH. Okay, we see that on Huobi. We see that on BNB. We're going to see that on co-vesting and some others. You can pay with QASH for all coin services. Okay, and you can use QASH as a payment token for other financial services. So pretty standard for an inherent exchange token. Now, this individual that told me to take a look deeper into it did say they will be having more announcements as far as utilization of Liquid, or QASH, it's going to be called Liquid, and how some new value propositions will increase the price and utilization of this cryptocurrency. I did reach out to QASH and trying to get a representative and a developer on to do an interview so I can kind of ask the hard questions, see if there's going to be value proposition to this cryptocurrency. That way we're not trying to ride some hype train here. And they did actually reply, and they're trying to set up an interview before their launch of this, which actually occurs on September 4th. So we do have about a week or so before that. So if we can manage to get an interview before that launch, maybe some of us can get positioned in what might turn out to be another decent investment opportunity. Definitely something to look deeper into. But like I said, I just don't know if there's enough value proposition behind the token as of now for me to get involved. But apparently there is more of that on the horizon. So we'll see what those developers say if I can get them on here. I'm trying to do that before their launch and rebranding effort. That way we can capitalize on any gains that may happen from that.
I'll take the screen for a second. On Twitter, August 25th, I said worth a read. I want to go over that real quick. Here's the actual article written by Cole Garner. He's on Twitter. He talks about the usual, we've all seen these charts of a bubble. So we already had the bubble, et cetera. It goes over stock bubbles, et cetera. A lot of cool things here talking about. The tech stocks got cremated, then came back. But I think one thing I wanted to show, and this is worth a read, if anything, one might argue that this is the most accurate Bitcoin chart of them all. And it shows we're right down here. We've had these bubbles, but we're ready now for a real takeoff and a way bigger bubble. So, do your own investing, invest only what you can lose. But if that's where we're at, then we've got another humdinger coming.
Well, there you go. I didn't even know you had that article, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the market cycle. I was just kind of talking about how it flows through Bitcoin in the large caps and then into the altcoins. And as long as it is still a thriving sector, those market cycles will continue to happen, but they'll just get larger and larger as we go.
Yeah, I did that on the 25th, and it was written by Cole Garner, ColeGarnerbtc. He does some decent writing, but I thought that was an interesting article. He put a lot of thought into that. And somebody mentioned the Jordan Belfort on the CNBC. That was a joke. I mean, CNBC uses him, I'm sure, because he's free, and they need somebody to take the opposite side. So they'll take anybody if you want. If they're saying up, they want somebody to talk about down. If they're saying black, they want somebody to do red. But that was horrible to have him on there. Who cares what he thinks? My God, we got a convicted felon, I guess.
I think there was also a stat out that you would be 98% successcul if you counter traded CNBC Fast Money. Now, we always joke about that.
And Bitcoin ignited right after the show.
Yeah, we always joke about that. But somebody broke it down, all the major announcements. Now, it's not every single day if they're looking at price action, but it's major announcements, whether they're doing a massive short, massive buy, bullish news, bearish news, whatever. You would be 98% successful in your trades if you just did the opposite of them. That is pretty hilarious.
I just can't believe they'd bring him on. They gave him way more time. It would have been cool. Let him say his shit for a minute. But they went back to him like 6 times. Unbelievable.
We got Johnny M. Cool saying to vote for IQ over on the 9th vote. Binance is holding a vote, obviously, where you guys can vote on which coin they should add next. I like to keep an eye on those to see if I can kind of determine the winner, try to gather a position and try to scalp off that pump there. Now, IQ is one of the airdrops from EOS, if I'm correct. Johnny M. Cool, correct me if I'm wrong. So a lot of us might have some free IQ, so that would benefit a lot of us if IQ got added. But as of now, something called GO is the ticker. The ticker is in first place. Didn't really heard of it. It's apparently now just started coming out of nowhere because they already just got listed to Bittrex. Now they say this is a free community vote listing. I see you over there, CZ. I see you. I don't think there's anything free about it. And I'm going to go on the record and say, I think Go is going to win because there's no way they're going to lose, if that makes sense to you. Now, no conspiracy behind Binance. I love the exchange. It's safe-oo, it's secure, it's ready to go. But I'm not a fool. I know there's some things going on in the background there. Go just paid Bittrex to get added. They've been getting added to a lot more exchanges, and I think Binance was on that list as well. They recently did their ICO just a few months ago. Liquid cash, get on exchanges. So we'll see what happens with that. If you guys want to vote on the Binance listing, do that as well. I would prefer IQ to get listed because, like I said, a lot of us own IQ via the EOS airdrop. But I believe that Go is going to win no matter what.
I got 3 charts to go over here, and then I'm just about done. I've got the UUP again, the long dollar ETF. We gave that sell up there where we said sell a dollar, buy gold and silver, buy cryptos. So that has worked. I think probably we're just going to continue lower here. We might bounce here a hair, but this is, I think we got still quite a bit of correction still coming in the dollar. We got to get the dollar longs wiped out. There's COV. I know Nick and I talked about this kind of jumping resistance down here, probably 13, and we liked it here. It did come down to 8 when the alts bled out, which it still held up extremely well. Now here we are back at 15,600. So I think that chart looks good.
This is one of those that I think the token economics are in line as long as they can get users over there. I think this can be the next exchange token that makes the BNB, the KCS-like move. I like what they have going on over there. They have multiple value propositions in that coin. I think I'll just do a standalone video for that to dig a little deeper. And I believe it's an opportunity to get into an exchange that may, if it can get users over there and they have a referral program, this could be very well be the next price action move as KCS and BNB, but we'll see. So take a look at co-vesting, look deeper into there. I did talk to one of their lead developers, Dimitri. I was trying to get him on for an interview. Obviously, they're super busy, guys, because that is going to be launching here shortly. So if it's a success, that's going to be a moonshot. We'll see what happens here. I'll try to do a video so you guys don't have to be investing blindly, but I believe that the token economics are in line on that project.
Here's Poly. I think Johnny Cool mentioned he put a little money in Poly. I think that's what he said. Can't say much there. That's a pretty big fat finger trade down there. And, I wouldn't want to see these lows to be taken out if I was long this one. So I probably would have a stop in to protect myself. At least some type of mental stop. And then we've got, what we got here?
Mark says, I'd love to hear your thoughts on ONT. Obviously, a lot of us own ONT by being holders of NEO. Now, NEO has been performing pretty poorly. ONT did make a massive run up to $10, gave back a lot of those gains. But the reason I like ONT is, again, that ONT and NEO are going to be working together. ONT has a viable use case, but most of all, they both generate passive income. By being a holder of NEO, you receive gas, which had a great day today. It was up like 33% at one point. And then by being a holder of ONT, you actually earn a dividend, quote unquote, in ONG. So if I can hold two solid projects and earn residual income off those, I love passive income for the mere fact that at these low prices, gain those coins. Then when we hit the next bull run, those bags will be looking awfully fat in terms of US dollars and hopefully in terms of Satoshi value.
There's Wax BTC sideways down here. Again, I wouldn't like these lows to be taken out. So it needs to come alive here, I would say.
Ryzen 3 said that Raven, RVN, was added to TradingView. That's probably because Raven did just get added to Bittrex Exchange, which is pretty big. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about Raven, I do have a fundamental review of Raven in a review section on our YouTube homepage.
What?
Give it a watch.
There is the 1 hour. So can't say much on that. I mean, good volume came in here. So I would say that probably follows these coins higher, if I had to guess. Dragon Chain, I did have, we talked about that, I believe, Thursday. I got too many windows open. I think I said it'd test the lows here. I'd have to see it work higher. It has worked higher here, so I'd probably trail a stop there. But I don't know much about Dragon. That's more Nick's.
Yeah, Dragon as the chart, kind of like ICX, has been beaten up. And Dragon did have everybody hyping it up, loving it, etc., etc. I think a lot of the price action is pushed down on Dragon because they're only available on KuCoin. Now, I want you guys to take a minute. Go look at what Dragon's been doing. They have been producing development. They already have integration with both Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and I believe Neo's blockchain as well, to have some form of interoperability there for commercial use, which is huge, right? But nobody's really talking about it. I think that's because back in the day when this thing first came out, everybody's like, oh, the Disney link. Everybody was shilling it on Twitter, and a lot of people got burnt. So when people get burnt, investor confidence is ruined, at least until use case is proven. So we'll keep an eye on that one. You guys know I do hold Dragon. I've been buying some Dragon here and there when available. And the issue is they need to get more volume, but they're only on KuCoin, who has no volume. And I was like, okay, they can get on some more exchanges, recognizable name, dev team. They're doing some sponsors with NASCAR and other things. But then in one of the recent write-ups, they said that their main focus is not on exchange listings, but using treasury funds to better development. Now, you don't want to kill them for that, but that leads you to believe that the price action is not going to be massively bullish anytime soon because they're not going to have more trading volume. But if you're a long-term investor rather than a trader, then you might have an opportunity right before you.
Dang, Mind Stuff left. Dang, he was going to bring so much to the table. Can't believe he left.
What did Mind Stuff even say? He hasn't even asked the question.
Said you were lying about something, I guess, and he's LOL and out. All right, we're going to miss you.
That's funny. Jet says, can you tell me about XDN? I'm not familiar with XTN, Jet. Not familiar with that one. I would have to look further into that. I don't like talking about things when I don't know what I'm talking about, at least a little bit. And then Johnny M. Cool says, EOS is still pumping nicely. You're on there, Todd, if you want to show some charts or see what's going on there.
I was looking at a few different things here. Now I'm in Bitcoin 70-60s, so we're just holding. I mean, hopefully here we're just going to do another sideways consolidation and work it higher. So that's about all I got. 7:30. I'm hungry as all get out.
Getting hungry. All right, guys. Well, if you have no more questions, we've gone over a lot of news, a lot of fundamentals, a lot of questions, and a lot of charts. We do plan on being here live again tomorrow. Now, I might have an interview at 6 p.m. If that is the case, I personally might not be live. It might just be Todd. We'll see what's going on. But look for that interview to be posted tomorrow night if we don't go live. Also, this is a ZEN giveaway video, so if you're new to the channel, all you got to do is leave a comment in the comment section below with your Horizon ZEN wallet address, and you are entered to win. We just had another lucky winner earlier in the show, so next time could be your chance. Simply do that. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this video and this channel so we can continue to provide content to you guys on a daily basis. See what's going on in this chat box real quick before we sign out.
Yeah, update on Type.
Johnny M. Cool
The
says...
scam coin.
Johnny M. Cool says, anything on Type? Type's KYC is completed on September 14th, I believe.
Now, don't talk about it unless you don't know anything about it.
So, exactly. Okay. So Type obviously is an ICO. Type did not raise its minimum soft cap that they wanted, but they came out and said they are going to push with development anyways, since they were in a bear market and since they had Ethereum and believed that the Ethereum price would go higher and be able to fund the project. Their KYC, so if you invested in KYC in Typerium or the ICO, you need to go log in, finish your KYC by September 14th. Once all the KYCs are finalized, the distribution of Type will begin, and the integration of Typerium onto exchanges will begin as well. That was something that they knew was very important for investors, so I would assume once the Type tokens go out to your ERC20 compatible wallet, whether that was my Ether wallet or your MetaMask wallet, then they will get at least one exchange listing shortly after that. So that is the newest on Typerium. If you go over in their Telegram, they are very active in there and asking questions and keeping everybody up to date on Telegram. So go to their website, find out their Telegram address, and you can keep up to date with it over there.
Maverick, slide in maybe next day or two. We'll get you a wrench. There's a lot of trolling going on at the moment. A lot of action over on some other channels. So we're just here to do our thing. Try to stay away from all the kids playing.
Lazy Tech Boy says, what coins can you hold to earn money? I missed the coins you mentioned. I mentioned NEO to earn gas and ONT to earn ONG because somebody asked about those. There's other ones you can hold as well that are
Bitcoin to earn capital gains.
Yeah, Bitcoin for capital gains, but he's talking about passive income. You also have Linda Coin that we talk about as a staking coin. ECA is a staking coin. There's other staking coins out there. I'm sure some people can throw their favorite staking coin in the chat box. Decred, KMD, and others as well. There's a ton of them out there. If you want more information on that, feel free to DM me or do a little bit of research, and I'll let you know what I think about individual staking coins as well and projects over there.
Somebody mentioned ZRX. We still like that one. That one looks good still, Mark.
Some of my biggest holdings. I've never really done a video on this. I mean, besides Bitcoin, of course. I got ZRX, XLM, NEO, Linda, a little bit of ECA, Zen, obviously, because you guys know I run a supernode on the network. Those are ones I'm really bullish on. ADA and Basic Attention Token as well. Those are ones I like. Those are also on the short list for Coinbase. They have actual use cases. Is it great to be able to chase a random alt and hopefully get 1,000 XR off it? Sure, but at a lot higher risk profile than some of the coins I just named. And also, you guys know I love passive income. So if a coin has solid fundamentals and I can earn a staking reward, I probably am going to add at least a little bit in my portfolio.
I don't think you can do a ONT projection unless you got a point and figure chart, which I don't have. And also, I think if anything, you could just try to trail a stop and see what the upside is on some of these coins, because they can obviously ignite and pork blast. So I think that's a hard question. Well, I think Bitcoin really needs to hold that 65.50, or some of these coins are going to get heavy again.
I mean, ONT did reach $10 during a bear market. So you had the bear market, but you had the hype, and they reached $10. So I think it would be pretty safe to assume that during the non-technical approach, if a bull market occurred, that ONT will easily reach its short-term highs. It's only been around very briefly, but if it managed to hit $10 during the bear market, just off the hype, I think a bull market and some new cash inflow will benefit there. And also, I believe more and more people are becoming and wanting to become more educated on staking, noding, master nodes, and generating passive income in this crypto space. And I believe a lot of these dividend-paying cryptos are going to get a new influx of investors in them as well.
And Hugo says, stay away from shitcoins.
There you go.
The best advice of the night. Coming from our man Hugo.
Hilton says he's loading up on CND and DGB. There we go, guys. Hey, G-Money, I just saw you in here. I guess you got in here a little late. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody out there watching, everybody new. We try to do live shows, pre-recorded videos, interviews, everything we can do, from John McAfee, Charles Hoskinson. They've all been on here. So make sure to check out our YouTube homepage. Also, make sure to take a look in the description below to see everything we offer outside of YouTube. Head over to learncrypto.io and stay tuned for your daily updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you gotta be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.